lots of people calling and texting and messages on Facebook. You know, thank you. You know, you're a hero. You're an angel. I mean, we just did what I would hope anybody else would do. I guess it's all fate.
A Mountain Home veteran is being hailed as a hero for a harrowing rescue. He pulled a man out of a burning car while on a road trip. That man was trapped inside and he had mere minutes to save his life. Maggie O'Mara has his incredible story in tonight's 7's Hero.
We left on Christmas Day and drove down to Tucson, and we were leaving there to go to Bullhead to visit our grandkids.
A holiday road trip took an unexpected turn for Abe and Robin Abrahamson. They were traveling through Arizona on Interstate 93.
There was like a dust or a kind of fog on the road, I'd say. And I looked to the right, and there's a car that's upside down on fire. So we pulled over real quick, and when I got out of the car, I come up and there was a couple guys standing there, and I'm like, well, who's the driver? And they're like, well, he's still in the car.
Robin called 911, and Abe sprung into action.
Climbed inside there, and I said, hey, come on, your car's on fire, we gotta go.
But the man was trapped in his seatbelt.
Yelled back out to the guys, got out of the car, went back out there. I'm like, hey, who's got a knife? One guy gave me a knife. So I go back in the car, and I grabbed his shoulder strap that comes across, and I started cutting it. And while I'm cutting it, the battery in the front of the car explodes.
Abe just couldn't get him free.
So I got to come up with a different plan. The whole roof of the car was glass, had like a big panoramic sunroof. So I went in the car and jumped on that glass to break it, to push it down. So I told the guy, I said, all right, we got one shot at this. So I went inside the car and I kind of put my arm on his chest and lifted him up and hit the button, and it unlocked. So I dropped him down and tried to turn him and get him out, and he's like, my foot's stuck. And I'm like, well, I can't get to your foot. You have to do that yourself, buddy. So he wiggled it a couple times, finally got it undone. I reached underneath his shoulder blades, or his arms, and drug him out the back, and within, it felt like seconds, the temperature right there at my vehicle went from 80 to like 100 degrees. And the fire's just, this car's just crazy.
They moved to safety, and they waited for paramedics to arrive.
So yeah, once it was over, it was a huge relief.
So are you surprised that your husband jumped into action this way, or is this just something he does?
It's him. It pretty much is him, yeah. Being the military background, of course, you know, that's what they teach him to do. So he didn't even hesitate, you know. Car was pulled over before I even knew what was going on, and out the door he went.
You know, how could you live with yourself, you know, and at least not trying to help him somehow?
Abe is a proud Marine veteran.
Joined the Marines out of high school. I spent 5 years on active duty with the Marines, did 3 different deployments, got out, came back to the state of Idaho, went to work for the Idaho Army National Guard, worked for them for 5 years. You know, everybody talks about taking action. You know, that's what veterans bring to the community. You know, we bring that military training and our oath to help people who can't help themselves. So that's what veterans do.
Were you ever scared?
Not scared. You know, it just had to be done. It was more like a lot of what had to be done, and then the adrenaline kicked in.
Robin posted about the rescue on Facebook.
Yeah, huge response.
You see how many thousands of people have liked it and commented about it. It makes you feel good, but again, I would hope that anybody would do the same thing.
And the accolades just keep coming in for Abe.
Senator Risch called me and actually sent me a letter this weekend I got. Your selfless actions when you witnessed a car accident and immediately jumped into action to save the person trapped inside a burning car is nothing short of heroic. You make Idaho proud. Signed, Senator James E. Risch.
He was also honored by the American Legion.
The American Legion Heroism Medal, Silver, presented by the Department of Idaho to me this weekend by the state commander.
It's all a lot of attention for this humble hero.
I'm not that kind of guy, so it kind of, you know.
Tears him up a little.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm not, you know, I didn't do it for the accolades or the awards or whatever. I did it because there was a human in danger.
Abe Abrahamson.
It's what we all should do.
7's Hero.
Well, Abe and Robin say the man that Abe pulled out of the burning car is still in a Las Vegas hospital, but maybe one day they'll have the chance to meet again. Until then, they are just so glad that they were in the right place at the right time. Now, by the way, Abe is a hero in more ways than one. He's also the director of One More Day, an Idaho suicide prevention program to help veterans in crisis. You can read more about that in this story on our website at ktvb.com.